Okay, so here's a little bit of a continuation on my analysis of the debate last night. So, the first video that I want to show you is Joe Biden and Jill Biden trying to spin that Joe did a good job after the debate. And yes, my ARC 2 is doing a photo op. So, the parts of the ARC 2 I was putting aren't there. So yes, there is an empty tripod behind my head. All right, so let's roll in this video and let's click play.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts. And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Why?
All right. She's just a screaming Karen, and oh my gosh, that was hurtful to my ears. So there you see Joe again, like a little child that is dementia ridden, that is getting abused by some woman that wants to be president. And it's kind of disgusting. So, okay, let's go to, let's see, share this tab, and we'll make it full screen. This is a video of him at Waffle House, and just to compare and contrast, I'll show you a video of Trump, and let's bring it in here. Joe Biden walks into Waffle House. Nobody cares. Look at that enthusiasm. 4 more years. 4 more years. Look at that enthusiasm. Now, does he have anything in his hand? Because, all right, in his left hand, he has $20 bill. But he does the, I don't know where to go. You know, he does Alzheimer's, dementia ridden, I don't know where to go. Okay, so he's ready to give the $40 gratuity, and Jill has to do all the speaking because he would be lost, and she has to lead him.
Thanks, Tiffany.
And of course, Biden has to announce he's got a $40 tip for you. Okay, so Biden out to lunch. You know, 40. So that was last night. So my conjecture and supposition is that they took Biden, Alzheimer's ridden Biden, to Camp David to shift his sleep timing so he would be awake a couple hours before the debate so he would look alive at the debate. Now, mind you, we saw the debate performance where he's like dementia ridden, like empty eyes. Now watch him at North Carolina today in the morning. So let's roll this video in here. Boop. And I'm not sharing. I got to share this tab. Okay. He does the Skippity Joe because he can't run. He does a couple of like bunny hops. Am I playing this too fast? Yes. So Jill's handler has to lead him. And let's see, let me shoot through because they have this other guy speak before. He looked a little more with it. I mean, he looks with it for Joe Biden. He doesn't look as lost as he did on the debate last time.
Please excuse my back. I apologize.
That's because only the people that are there are behind him because they want to make it look like there are actually people there. But there's another point in here I want to show you.
Eric, thank you for that introduction. We had a wonderful time spending time with your sons.
I think I messed up.
Carter. They're going to grow up to be incredible young men. You would have been really impressed the way
they
talked about
what I'm trying to illustrate here is to compare and contrast how Joe Biden. All right, I think they're trying to push another narrative here. So watch this. Joe looks a little lost. And he's like,
And what great music. Let's hear it for Fat Joe and E40. So it's great to be with you all. So,
I don't know what was said.
some of you may have heard the story that I didn't agree to
All right.
marry Joe until the 5th time he asked me. But the truth is, I loved him from the start.
Okay, I'm going to pause this. After 50 years in politics, why is Jill telling this story now? And Jill is telling the story now because she wants to make it look like her leading Joe around is just because she's so romantically in love with him, not that she's his current babysitter. Tex Bullington. I don't know if that's rumor or not, but I've seen some rumors and stuff like that, that she was 12 years old and the babysitter of Joe's kids. And then Joe's wife died mysteriously in a car accident. I'm just adding mysteriously. And then he married Jill. But I don't know if that's true. But yes, she is now the visiting angel caretaker. So she is telling the story, and they're having this whole love affair, and she's going to give him a peck on the lips. And he's looking lost, but he's not as lost as he was last night. So let's play.
So I'm going to repeat that line because I think it's the most important. I loved him from the start. I saw in him then the same character that I see in him today.
Look, he doesn't even know what she's saying.
He has faced unimaginable tragedies. His optimism is undaunted. His strength is unshakable. His hope is undeterred.
He's like, who's she talking about?
And over the last few years, Joe has helped heal our country, helping us all recover from the chaos of the last administration. We don't choose our chapter in history, but we can choose who leads us through it. And at this moment, with these perils the world is facing, there is no one that I would rather have sitting in the Oval Office right now
I think I might
than
miss
my
this.
husband.
So she gives him a kiss.
What you saw last night and Karen got for the teacher.
Oh, quit talking late. She's president. All right, they give it. All right, I think this was the second time they gave her text. So the point of this video is there's never been this interaction between Joe and Jill before, but now that she has to obviously lead him by the hand on and off the stage, now they're going to make it like this whole Camelot romance that they love each other. There's nothing wrong with Joe, and that everything is fine. So what I want to show you here, and I think you can tell, let's see. Whoop. Absolutely nobody wants to be there with Donald Trump. There's nobody enthusiastic. The room is just as dead as when Joe was in the Waffle House.
Great things happen in Philadelphia.
See, nobody wants to be there. Nobody's enthusiastic.
Let's go, baby.
In fact, they can't wait for Trump to leave. Oh, and by the way, Trump left a $500 tip.
President Trump stops by Tony and Nick's Steaks, gives a $500 tip. Crowd swarms him with support. Blux News.
Boom. So that was the point that I wanted to make there, is that Trump gets a freaking full house of enthusiasm and people that want to see him. Now, I didn't include the clip. I mean, I probably should have queued it up, but immediately after the debate, CNN was like shoveling dirt in on Joe in his grave. Everybody got the word that that's it. We're replacing Joe. Now, the only person that talked positively about Joe Biden is the guy that really doesn't want to be president. The guy that you would have to push to jump in and take over and be president. He'll be at the DNC convention, and if you vote for him, he will be president. So let's hear what he has to say about Joe.
I care about substance. I care about policy. I care about facts. I care about people being accountable to their lies. What I saw tonight was Donald Trump weakness masquerading as strength. A guy was incapable, as the senator said, answering any question directly, obfuscating, pointing fingers, and more important than anything else, disgusted by the fact that I heard ex-president of the United States talk down the American economy, talk down the United States of America to the degree he did.
Okay, talking down the economy, whether any president in history has always talked about the prior president's economy. So, he's running his mouth with some things that make him sound presidential, make Trump sound bad if you don't pay attention to the words or the truth. And he is who the Democrats chose to replace Joe Biden. That's what I believe.
Sir, what about the president's
as it relates to the president on the substance, on the compare and contrast and economic record, where just in the last 3.5 years, that 15.6 million jobs represents 8 times more jobs than the last 3 Republican presidents combined. 3% GDP growth, envy of the world, where we're seeing inflation tamed down 2/3, an economic policy and a vision for the future to bring back American manufacturing. I was very proud of the president tonight. So from my humble perspective, this is not about style. This is about delivering results for the American people. And tonight, I think Joe Biden not only asserted himself, he reminded people of his accomplishments and his vision for the future.
All right, so let's see, remove. That was Gavin Newsom, the only person that gave a positive review of Joe Biden. Let me see if I can possibly find the post debate. I mean, this was bad. This was all right. Yeah, here it is. Okay, good. Let's. I'm gonna go full screen, and we got Anderson Cooper. All right, so this was immediately after the debate.
Former presidents
Watch Trump walks off the stage unassisted.
It's like Jill Biden, the first lady,
Trump
has come out. Former President
walks
Trump walking
off.
off the stage.
Biden has to be lassoed and guided by Jill.
Now in the books and in.
I'm going to mute it. So Biden has to be guided by Jill. There's actual photos of him. Like you see, he barely go down the steps. There's 1, 2, and walk over to the moderators and talk to them. And I think that's presidential, going to the moderators and talking to them, saying hi, a little greeting, whatever. That's nice. That's cordial. But I mean, he is a walking corpse. He really, there is nothing there. All right.
There is a deep, a wide, and a very aggressive panic in the Democratic Party. It started minutes into the debate, and it continues right now. It involves party strategists. It involves elected officials. It involves fundraisers. And they're having conversations about the president's performance, which they think was dismal, which they think will hurt other people down the party in the ticket. And they're having conversations about what they should do about it. Some of those conversations include, should we go to the White House and ask the president to step aside? Other of the conversations are about, should prominent Democrats go public with that call? Because
so for 10 minutes, in every media organization did this. Every left media organization did this. They were shoveling dirt in on Biden in the grave. This is the end of Biden's political career. Now, conjecture on my part, the question is, will Jill, I mean, this is literally Weekend at Bernie's, will Jill let Bernie rest? So I really believe, like, one, they want Biden out and they want Newsom in. And this is the only thing stopping it is Jill doing the Weekend at Bernie's crap. And that's what's going on, man. All right, what did I miss from JC9? Because Dark is saying LOL. Yeah,
they feel this debate was so terrible.
This just goes on a little bit.
In moments in the debate later, the president got better and got his footing, but then at the end, even his closing statement was a little halting. The contrast between the two candidates. Let me be clear. None of them, and a lot of Republicans, don't think Donald Trump had a great night. Donald Trump broke the fact check machine more than I can count tonight. That will be on the record as we go forward.
Not true.
He refused to answer some very specific and direct questions about his conduct, about January 6th and what all. So that will be dealt with out there. And sometimes there's a parallel universe between the political elites and the American people. It'd be nice to see what the voters say. But I can tell you, it started minutes in. It started with the first
thing.
We have there was a deep frustration about Trump's lies. I mean, he lied a lot tonight. But the problem for Biden was that Trump was able to take sometimes incredible falsehoods and turn them into some kind of argument, whereas Biden's answers were, in a lot of cases, not coherent, deeply problematic, that he was not able to take pretty straightforward answers and answer them to the American public. And then also at some points, bringing things up that teed up Trump attacks. So there's a real concern here tonight that there's been some real damage done that cannot be undone. Biden solidified ace.
I can't argue with either of them about how Democratic leaders are reacting to this poll. We said at the beginning that each person had a fundamental goal. And for Biden, that goal was...
All right. So what he's commenting on is the down ballot ticket. So people go to vote for the president. And if they're not motivated to vote for the president, anybody, any Democrat down ballot, like senator, congressman, state offices that are going for election, anyone down ballot will see a poor performance if they have a poor presidential candidate. So this is, the fix is in for the swap out for Joe Biden, and I'm saying for Gavin Newsom. They've been, kind of test fitting Gavin Newsom in this position for a while. So I think that's what's going on.
To appear energetic, engaged, and look like someone who is capable of serving for another 4 years for president. That was job number one. I actually think he scored a bunch of points. I think if you just judge this on sort of policy stuff,
if animated scores points,
on issues like abortion, for example, on some of the economic issues.
All right, I'm skipping.
But of it is the barricade.
Mitigated disaster for President Biden from the second he walked out to the closing statement. The biggest issue for Democrats is abortion, and he couldn't give an answer. He gave an answer he couldn't even.
I don't know who this guy is, but
on the biggest issue for Democrats tonight, I've heard from leading Democrats.
Their way, and he didn't do that. And so I think that is of concern, and I think for a lot of Democrats, that's very disappointing. I will say Donald Trump also had some really rough moments in this debate.
Anyhow, who cares? So this was the moment the world got the signal that Obama runs everything and Joe Biden is getting pulled off the stage by Obama. Legit? Let's see. Biden freezes. The DNC video goes to a long shot, so you don't see Biden grab him and pull him off the stage and walk him. Now, if you see, they go to another angle, there's literally big red arrows on the ground there, but they don't show it. That was the moment Biden's like, Obama's, I'm in control and I'm pulling this old corpse off the stage. And in that CNN post-debate wrap-up, They actually said, I forget who it was, but one of the ladies there said, I was on the phone with Obama, and then she corrected it to Obama's team. Obama put the word out that when they did that CNN review afterwards, that don't hold back, he's out. So that's what's going on. That's about it. That's what I wanted to communicate. Let you guys know my a little bit more in-depth analysis with some video to back it up. Who's on tonight? Friday night? I guess 2A EDU. You can watch his show. Is Dark doing a Saturday night show? I think Dark is doing a Saturday show. So Obama is the big shot. We know what Biden thinks about big shot. Well, all right. What I'm going to say about this is that Biden believes he was what made the Biden-Obama team or Obama-Biden team. Obama always hated Biden. And Obama, in multiple times, said, leave it to Joe to screw things up. So Red Dawn is on tonight. Okay, I thought Red Dawn was on tonight. I didn't want to like run my mouth and take that from him or give false information. So Red Dawn readiness. Real puppet masters are corporations, lobbyists, but Obama is running Biden behind the scenes. All right, guys, with that, I am going to sign out. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully this gets monetized. I don't know, but you have a good Friday. I got to click end stream twice. And then I